My name is Hannah, and this is my no-buy year. Okay, I suppose that what this is the beginning of a series, technically, because I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to handle new things that come into my life, new anything, makeup, skincare, clothing, homewares, all of the things that I'm trying not to overbuy, but also the things I'm trying not to over collect. I'm trying to figure out what to do with those things when they come into my life in ways other than me buying them. So next year when I start buying things again, I hope only ever to buy things that I will truly love and know that I want to keep. But it's become increasingly clear that I'm also going to be receiving things from a variety of sources. One of those sources is PR. I'm not accepting PR this year, but I will be accepting PR next year. So I need to figure out how I'm going to reckon with items that I didn't choose to buy, items that I didn't choose to love, but I want to review. And the other way in which things will come into my life is as gifts from other people. And I have been saying no to PR this year, but I have not been saying no to gifts. So I have actually acquired an alarming number of items that are all right here in front of me as gifts. And I need to decide what to do with them. I need to decide whether or not I'm going to keep them. So this is kind of a rapid fire declutter is what this is going to be, but really that's not what it is. It's actually me deciding whether or not any of these things are going to transition into being part of my permanent makeup collection or skincare collection. It's me deciding whether or not I'm going to thoroughly and permanently accept these gifts. Now, because it's taken me until now to figure out that this is what I want to do, and because frankly it's taking me till now to sit down and organize myself to actually do this, this one is going to be massive, and for that reason I might not be able to be as thorough about my reasons for keeping or choosing not to keep each thing as I will be able to be in the future. I've learned my lesson. I should have done this 2 months ago. I should have started. This should be the third one in the series, but instead it's just the first one, the single massive one in which I deal with all of this stuff. But hopefully next year I'll do one a month, and even if I've just received one item in PR that month or one gift, I'll just deal with that one thing, and then in that way I will keep myself from getting overwhelmed, because frankly it's a little bit late tonight. I wasn't really planning on filming this, but I'm at my wit's end because my previously very curated and organized collection, in which there was a place for everything and everything in its place, has become totally overwhelmed and overrun with new items. Now, before we start, I just want to make it clear that I am deeply and enduringly grateful for every single one of these things. And the gifts have been received as the love that they were meant to be when they were given. So I've been clear, I believe, with everyone who has sent me these things about how grateful I am and about how deeply felt the gifts have been. Gift giving, as I've said before, is my love language. And so in giving these gifts, these wonderful people have spoken my language, and that love has been received, and that is really meaningful to me. But I cannot keep all of these things. I can't use all of these things, and I think that everyone who sent anything to me totally understands that, really fully understands my project. And in fact, in every case, and the notes that I've received from each person who sent anything to me, they're all taped up here on my mirror behind my ring light, and all of the notes indicate that these things were sent in gratitude for my project. And this, what I'm doing here in this video, choosing not to keep everything, that's part of my project. So I feel pretty confident that I'm not hurting anyone's feelings, essentially, by filming this video, by reckoning with these things and choosing not to keep all of them. I just want to make that clear. I feel there's a clear understanding between me and the people who sent these gifts, but I want to make sure that there's a clear understanding between me and all of the rest of you who are viewing this. So the idea of Hannah's Reckoning and the plan going forward will be that every time I receive anything that I didn't choose myself, that I didn't buy, whether it is a gift or PR or whatever, it'll go into a box that I will keep under my vanity or next to my vanity. I guess I need to find a place to keep it. Unfortunately, I didn't have this plan before I received these things. So all of these things were like scattered among all of my things and all over my tabletop, and I had to go and gather them all together so that I could do this. But going forward, if I ever receive something that I'm not totally sure about, something that I didn't choose, it will go into an actual physical box. And then once a month, I will film a reckoning during which I will go through the box, and each thing will come out of the box, and then I will either put it into my permanent collection or I will put it into a box to donate. I think there will be occasions on which something will stay in the purgatory box. That might actually happen today. Some of these things might stay in the purgatory box if I haven't had a chance to get to know them well enough, or if I can't decide right now. I'm gonna kind of go easy on myself. If I can't decide right now, I'll just leave it in the box. Unfortunately, we're going in no particular order. I did not have the wherewithal to sort these things into categories the way that I usually do with my empties videos. They're just all right here, and I'm gonna bust through them. Also, I'm not gonna tell you who gave me each thing. I think that would get extremely trying after a while. Many of you know about some of these things. Those of you who gave them to me, you know who you are and you know what they are. That isn't what matters right now. What matters right now to me in this video is, do I want this thing to be something that I keep and use and cherish, or do I want this thing to be something that I happily donate to someone in need or to friends or family who will cherish it themselves? Okay, so right here at the front, we have the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer Radiance. This is a little deluxe sample size of this primer. The person who gave this to me gave it to me because I have been talking on my channel about how much I loved this when I had a deluxe sample size before and how much I miss it. And I will definitely use this up. I love this product, and so I'm going to keep it. That reminds me, there are many things that aren't in this pile because I am in the process of using them. So skincare items that have actually fully absorbed into my collection already and are going to be in my empties soon, I decided not to put in this pile because you're gonna find out about them then, and there's so many things here right now. In the future, it won't be like that. In the future, I'll make sure that everything passes through the purgatory box and everything shows up in Hannah's reckoning. But right now, I felt like there were a number of things that I'm about to tell you about in my empties anyway, and I was just like, why put them here? Why add them to this giant pile? Here is a gel blush. This is a Sephora brand colorful cheek ink gel, and it's in the color Dahlia. It's in like a really beautiful rich color. Again, in future I'll be able to do more swatching. I might swatch a couple of these things, but I can't swatch everything. We would be here literally for 1,000 years. But I haven't really had a chance to try this out. So this is actually one of those things that's gonna stay in the purgatory box. This is pretty new. This just came in the mail from someone. This is a Becca cheek palette of 3 blushes: Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon. And Songbird specifically, the one in the middle, is a Becca blush after which I have lusted for years. I was ecstatic when I opened the package that this was sent in and I saw that Songbird was in here. There's no way that I would pass this along. I feel fully incorporated into my collection in my heart. Here is the Buxom Divine Goddess Luminizer, and I just don't like this at all. It's like a sticky, sparkly gel that does nothing but sort of darken my skin and make it seem a little bit shiny. I tried to use it a couple of times during makeup playtime, and it's a definite no for me. It's going in the box of things that I'll be passing along. Here are a mascara primer and a mascara. I think most of you know that I've been using these like gangbusters since I received them. It's the Voluminous Base and the Voluminous Curved Brush in brown, L'Oreal products. This is a little Kevyn Aucoin eye pencil in a dark blue color. I don't have anything like this, and I don't have an oversized collection of eye pencils, I don't think. This is something that I'm very happy to keep using. This is another eye pencil. It's a Makeup Forever eye pencil in like a peacock blue color, a little deluxe sample size, just as the other one was. Again, I don't have anything like this. I don't have another teal eyeliner, and I am happy to have it. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I'm going to keep it. This is Urban Decay Perversion, and this is a mascara that I actually don't like very much. I had a deluxe sample size, and I found that it was really good for adding length to the tips of my lashes when I had put volume into my lashes using a different mascara. But if I try to go in with just Perversion, it just makes my lashes stick together, and it makes me have that like 3 or 4 spangly lash effect. It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for my lashes. I know this is a really popular product, but I can't use it on its own. I can only use it as a layering product. However, unwisely and impulsively, I opened this and started putting it on my lashes, basically as soon as it was given to me. I think I did it because I was thinking that maybe the full size would behave differently than the deluxe sample size that I had previously had, but it doesn't. It's the same. However, I cannot give this away now. It's unsanitary. So I'll hang on to it. I'll find a way to make use of it. Maybe it'll get better as it dries out a little bit. I freaking love this product. This is the Cover FX Shimmer Veil in Amythest. And it's basically, I mean, it's something you're supposed to be able to use for your lids and body and cheeks, like an all over shimmery thing. I remember it getting kind of bad reviews, but I love this as a highlighting product. It's like a very, very glittery liquid highlight that dries down really, really, really solid and stays in place and looks amazing all day. It works on my lids, it works on my cheeks. I even like the Amythest color shifting color, which is something I don't usually go for. Trish McEvoy Essential Pencil in Nude 1. This is a color I really, really like, and I also really like this formula. This is something I don't think I would have ever purchased myself, the color or the formula, the brand. I don't think I would have ever purchased this, but I've actually used it quite a number of times since it came into my life, and I am happy to keep it in my collection of lip products. This is another lip product. It's the Yves Saint Laurent Vinyl Lip Cream Creamy Stain. I have worn this in a couple of videos. I don't know, I didn't decide in advance about this product. I don't super love it. There's something about the shiny, okay, I should be clear. I really love the formula. The formula has me in awe, in absolute awe. I think that this is amazing. It's a super vinyl shiny lip that stays in place, doesn't drift, doesn't bleed, doesn't even transfer that much. There's something incredibly elegant and well conceived about this formula. But there's something about the combination of the shiny finish with the dark and very, very cool toned red color that I don't love on myself. I was very grateful to have a chance to try this out, and I've really enjoyed wearing it the couple of times I wore it. I wore it for a video, for a photo shoot. I wore it during my 5 days of red lipstick challenge. But to be honest, I think that I won't gladly reach for this again. I think that this is the kind of thing that would languish in my collection. And I feel like I've learned what I had to learn about this. And I have a cousin with incredibly beautiful, luscious, plump lips who recently told me that she's been wishing she had more statement lip products. And I think that this would look way, way better on her than it looks on me. I'm going to pass this along to her. Here is a little mini of MAC Strobe Cream. I will have absolutely no problem using this up. It'll probably be in my empties either next month or the following month. Here is a little deluxe sample size of the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. It's been really interesting to try this out. I'm definitely going to use it up, and I will give a review of it when it shows up in my empties. Here is a Laura Gellar New York blush. It's the Baked Blush and Brighten blush in Tropic Hues. This is a brand, honestly, and definitely a product that was totally off my radar. This isn't even really a color that I would choose for a blush. It's like a bronzy pink basically, and I tend to go either for kind of peaches or apricots or nudes or reds and oranges for blush. Pink is not really my blush color, which is something that will come to bear as we move through. However, this is so pretty. It almost functions as like a very, very blushy bronzer for me, and I think that's because there's some bronzy swirls mixed in with it. It's so, so pretty. Keeping it. That reminds me of something that I forgot to pull out. This little Ofra blush in Winter Rose Flush, I think it is. Absolute no-brainer. I've been using this like crazy ever since I got it. I really, really love this. Here is a lip treatment product, the Sugar Lip Treatment Perfecting Wand. It's from Fresh, and it's that one that has the kind of silicone tip with a bunch of texturized dots on it that you can use to scrub your lips. I have a feeling that I'm going to use this up pretty fast because it just feels like that. It feels like one of those products that won't last very long, that you kind of like go through like crazy as you try to use it. This is a little deluxe sample size of the Tom Ford lipstick in the color True Coral, which is coincidentally a lipstick specifically that I have lusted after. A couple of years ago when I decided to ask for a Tom Ford lipstick for my birthday, I spent too many hours of my life agonizing over whether I should ask for this or Wild Ginger. And I ended up asking for Wild Ginger, and I really love it. But imagine my joy when I received this as a deluxe sample size as a gift, because now I get to use it and wear it, and it's incredibly beautiful. I love coral lipsticks and I love this formula. I believe this is a Guerlain product. It is in Rouge Ecstasy Shine color 400. It's a shiny red lipstick and it's very pretty. And I've tried it on a couple of times during makeup playtime, and I don't want to wear it. I'm not going to wear it. I have other shiny formulations of red lips that are more my color because I've picked them out. Another pink blush that I would not have bought but that I am keeping. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Radiant Magenta, and once again when I opened it and looked at the color I was like, oh, this really isn't for me. This color isn't for me. And because it's got that bronze pearled swirled in with the formula, it actually is a lot more flattering than I would have thought. It's a lot more neutral. It's a lot more of a neutral color than I would have thought, even though it's so magenta. Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. Eyeliners, black eyeliners, brown, like basic eyeliners, that's a category that I've decided I will never pay luxury prices for ever again. But when one comes to me unbidden, I will happily keep it. This is a fantastic product. This is It's a 10 Potion 10 Miracle Styling Potion. I haven't used it. I'm not even sure what it is. It needs to stay in the Purgatory box. Okay, this is the Nano Blur. I've talked about this a little bit. It is a kind of wrinkle blurring, texture blurring product that you're supposed to like apply either on bare skin or over top of makeup. I'm tempted not to keep it because I don't feel like it has made its way elegantly into my routine, and I kind of feel like it's taking up space. But at the same time, I feel like I haven't reached for it enough. It's like I haven't tested it thoroughly enough. I think that what I need to do is to start reaching for it on days when I don't want to wear really any makeup at all or any foundation at all. I'm willing to keep giving this a chance. So what I'm going to do is keep it in the box. This is the Jouer highlighter in Rose Quartz. It arrived to me broken and I had to repress it, and it's still a bit delicate, but it's held together perfectly well, and I've actually been using it a lot. I really, really like this, and I really like the color for me. It's almost like it gives me a little bit of color to my cheeks, but without anything dramatic, and it definitely doesn't give me that gray look on my cheeks, that gray stripe. It really suits my skin tone. I should have decided about this before I started filming. I should have decided. I have to decide now. Here's the thing. These blushes, everything about them is exquisite. Everything about them. The compact, the colors themselves are exquisite, and the application is stunning. Stunning. I just feel like my cheeks, again, look so beautiful. The skin that is under these, when you put them on it, it looks so beautiful. They're just really, really beautiful powders. But I have never worn these except for during makeup playtime. It's just not my colors. The light one, maybe, like I could maybe start getting used to the idea of wearing that lighter colored pink on more natural days. But even then, the undertone of the pink, that kind of cool undertone, kind of makes a girl out of me. It's like it doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit the aesthetic that I'm ever going for. And the magenta one, the darker one, definitely doesn't. And what I'll do is I'll put it on while I'm doing makeup playtime, and I'll think objectively it looks good, but it doesn't make me look the way that I want to use makeup to make myself look, if that makes sense. What this has done, using this has done, is it has made me really, really, really want the Jouer blush duo that's in the really, really neutral color. I think it's called Adore. That's actually squarely on my list now for next year. It truly pains me to give this away, to pass this on, because it's been sitting on the top of my vanity front and center for months now, ever since I opened the package that this came in, because I find it so attractive. I love it so much, but I haven't worn it out of the house. And if I haven't worn it out of the house by this moment, that means that it needs to move on to someone who will truly love it and use it. These, on the other hand, I am going to be totally extra and keep all three of them. These are the Tarte Chrome Paints and Top Yacht, Park Ave Princess, and Martini. I'm surprised at myself. They take up so much room. They're so bulky for what they are, but I don't think I can part with any of the 3 of these, at least not today. More hair products, the Verb C Texture Cream. I did use this one time and I quite liked it. This is the kind of thing that I will be happy to have because that means I won't have to buy other stuff like this. This is designed for use on dry hair, which I really like because my hair is dry almost all of the time. I think I will probably make good use of this and use this up. I'm gonna keep it. This is the Saskatchewan Ocean Mist. It's a salt spray, a texturizing salt spray, and it's kind of a little bottle. This is the kind of product I use quite a lot of in my hair. I will absolutely use this up. Here are some deluxe sample sizes of the Bumble & Bumble Thickening Conditioner and the Bumble & Bumble Thickening Shampoo. I will use these. I can travel with them. I'm planning to only have one shampoo going forward, just my Holy Grail shampoo, but that means that I will always have a full-sized regular sized bottle when then I can't travel with. So if I ever need to go on a trip that's so long that I will be away for long enough that I'll need to wash my hair while I'm gone, I think I will appreciate having these. This is a night cream from a French-Canadian brand, I believe, Marcel Night Cream. I had never heard of this and I looked it up before I opened it, and it has a lot of mineral oil in it, and that is something that I am reluctant to put on my skin because I am so acne prone and I've struggled so much with acne in the past. It could be that I could try it and that it would be fine, but I figured that I would rather not open it and be able to donate it to someone than try it and find out that I don't like what it does to my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate this to someone else in its unopened and untainted state. This is the DHC Mild Soap. DHC is, I think, a Japanese brand. Yeah, it's a J Beauty brand. And I've had good luck with their oil cleanser. This, I guess, would be a second cleanse, like a soap cleanse. I am pretty happy with my second cleanser, but this is such a little sample size of it that I feel like I might as well open it and try it and use it, and then I can review it for you guys. The Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette. As you all, I think, know, I've also received the full-size Star Palette as a gift, and I was thinking that it would be weird to have like a repeat or a mini version of a larger palette. At first, it made me a little uncomfortable, but it has turned out that I love having this. I absolutely love having it because it's the perfect travel palette. It's the perfect palette to grab when I'm leaving the house, to go to an event, or to go to the photo shoot. I feel like no matter which eyeshadows I've used, no matter what kind of a look I've created, this potentially works as a retouch palette. Like I can retouch almost any eye look with this. I can't tell you the number of times I have reached for it and used it in that capacity. I really am glad that I have it. I would never have bought it. I would never have bought the Mini Star palette as someone who already owns the full-size palette. At the moment of purchasing it, it would have seemed ridiculous. In fact, at the moment of accepting this as a gift, it seemed totally ridiculous. I was like, are you sure you want to give that to me because I already own the full-sized one? And now I'm very glad that I have it. I love it so much and I'm keeping it. Here is a little Wet n Wild quad that I didn't open, and similar to the night cream, I haven't opened it yet because I felt that if I didn't open it, if I decided not to keep it, I could pass it along unopened to someone and then it would be nice and fresh and untainted. I think it's just the pink in this. I feel like it's not for me. The taupes are really, really attractive. I'm really tempted to open it for those taupe colors, but I feel like the amount of pleasure or usefulness that I would get out of opening this and using it for those taupes is less than the amount of excitement that somebody might get over receiving this as a brand new unopened product. Someone who doesn't have any eyeshadow or who's just learning to experiment, someone for whom that pink would be a really good shade, someone for whom this entire palette would be cherished. So I think I'm going to pass this along. I think I'm going to find someone who would be really excited to receive this whole thing as a little palette. This little NYX blush in taupe is my only contour. And this was given to me with the idea that I might use it as an eyeshadow, which I have done from time to time. I really like having this. I really like knowing that I have a contour shade if I need one. The Alamara palette I have actually spent a bit of time with this palette, and I will tell you, I love these eyeshadows and I strongly dislike this palette. This is one of those palettes that has warm mattes and cool metallics. So I feel like all of these shadows are shadows that I reach into to build a look with other palettes or with a different palette. You are not going to find me putting these warm oranges into my crease and then packing like a blue metallic onto my lid. I think that's a recipe for a muddy, disastrous eye look. Or even if you manage to very carefully carve out your crease and keep it from muddying up, I just don't find that aesthetically pleasing, at least not on me. At some point, possibly, probably after the end of my no-buy year when I'm able to get some more magnetic palettes, I'm going to depot these shadows and mix them in amongst my other shadows and essentially use them as singles. The quality is phenomenal. The mattes are phenomenal. The shimmers are phenomenal. I'm particularly in love with this one in the upper corner. I can't even stand how wonderful that is. And the combination of that with these two blues kind of makes me feel like I don't need the Natasha Denona Gold palette, because so much of what that palette offers is right here. I actually love all 8 of these shadows individually. I would not part with a single one of them, but I don't want to own this palette anymore. The Natasha Denona Star palette, my longtime dream. I absolutely love it. I am definitely keeping it. Here's something that I've never shown you guys that was sent to me, a magnetic palette. I was talking way earlier in the year about how I have been wanting to depot more and more of my palettes and move more towards singles and curated magnetic palettes, but I wasn't able to depot because I didn't have anywhere to put them, and I was having to keep some of my singles in like a box in my drawer because I just didn't have enough magnetic palette space. It's a really beautiful, sturdy, shiny magnetic palette with a huge mirror. It's actually like a really glamorous magnetic palette. This magnetic palette has already been fully absorbed in my collection. I'm definitely keeping it. I just wanted to show it to you. Here is a little sample card of Vice lipsticks, matte lipsticks, Backtalk, Hitchhike, Menace, and Pandemonium. I am tempted to crack into this just to try out the Vice lipstick formula, but I think I'm gonna pass this on to my cousin because I don't think that I would get very much gratification out of using this. I don't really enjoy having little like sample cards floating around. The same goes for this Bite one. I've actually had this before. It's a Bite Beauty multi-stick blister pack. I actually used it a bunch. I used the color Cashew a lot and I really loved it, and I was like, maybe I should buy that someday. So I feel like I know about this product already. I've learned what I could have learned from this. I've learned all that I could possibly learn from this little blister pack. This is another DHC product, the DHC Mild Lotion. I actually don't know what this is. I think it might be a toner, a lotion. Yeah, it's probably a toner, first treatment, essence, that kind of thing. I'm gonna leave this in the Purgatory box for now. I need to do a little more research and decide whether or not I wanna test out this product. This is another DHC product. I think it's just straight olive oil. It says olive virgin oil right on it. Olive oil is potentially pore clogging. I think I've used products that have olive oil in it before, but I would not put pure olive oil onto my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. This is another hair product, the Arojo Holding Spray. This is like a real hairspray, and I've actually been using this a lot. I'm really glad to have it. Another hair product, this is the Gnarly Whale Hair Beach Waves. This is a sea salt spray. Again, I use these kinds of things a lot. I will probably just bust through this and use it up. This is the Prem Black Cleansing Water. Cleanse into a fresh, moisturized, clean skin. This might be a micellar water. A cleansing water. That's what micellar water is, right? I need to do more research about this, but I just ran out of micellar water, so actually it would be great if I could use this instead of replacing that right away. This is the Elemis Superfood Night Cream Advanced Skincare. It's prebiotic night cream. I used this the first night that we were in Portland, when we traveled to Portland a month ago, and I broke out terribly during that trip, and my spidey senses tell me that this was the culprit. I didn't like how it smelled. I didn't like how it felt. I didn't like the experience of using it all, and my skin didn't feel good the next day when I woke up. It's like I didn't agree with it and it didn't agree with me, and then I started getting a bunch of pimples. So I'm afraid to use this again. I don't want to put myself through trying it again, partly because I didn't enjoy the experience, and then the added problem of thinking that it might have broken me out. I definitely don't want to go through another cycle of breakouts just to confirm the fact that this was the problem, especially given that I didn't feel like my skin saw any benefits from it. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of this. My no-buy rules state that I have to use up everything I have, but that doesn't apply to things that are bad for my skin. Like if something is hurting my skin, actively harming my skin, then I don't have to force myself to use it up, because to me that thing is no longer skin care. Here is a BoxyCharm brand Beauty Creations matte lip gloss, and I did swatch this on my hand. It's like a liquid lipstick basically, and it's the exact color of this tube right here. It's like a matte berry, and it's kind of a thin formulation. It seems like it would be pretty long lasting. It seems like it would be pretty nice, but it's just not my color. Those kind of matte, bright, mid-tone berries just aren't my aesthetic, and I also don't really like drying liquid lipsticks or dry down liquid lipsticks, which I think is pretty much what this is. Even though it says matte lip gloss, it's not glossy, it dries matte. Because I swatched this on my hand, I feel good about passing it along to a family member, because I don't think it's contaminated, but I also know that I wouldn't be able to donate it, but I think my cousin will be able to get some good use out of it, so I'm going to send it to her. This is the Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in Royal. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I'll start swatching. I'm kind of nearing the end. I'll swatch some things here nearing the end. I was so excited to receive this because I've been wanting to try nude sticks for so long, and I kind of have a fetish for that brand. Nude Sticks really is like telling me that they are what suits me, that they are what I need to live my best life. So I was really excited. I put this on, it looked gorgeous. I took an Instagram picture when I was wearing it. The color really popped. I'll try to insert that picture if I can. And I just didn't like the wear. It was drying, it bled a little bit. I felt like it was pigmented and out of control. And at the same time, it dried down super matte and super dry. And as much as I loved the color and as much as I was impressed by the way that it looked, at the end of the day, I was like, I never want to wear this again. I just don't love it. And I'm very grateful that I got the chance to try it out, but I'm going to pass this along. If I didn't have other really gorgeous, saturated, rich, brilliant reds in formulas that I truly love, I would keep this in a heartbeat. But I just have other things that I want to use up and that I want to wear more than I want to continue wearing this. Here's another hair care product. It's the Bumble and Bumble Brilliantine. This is unique and hard to define. It gives hair polish and a sort of languid, slept-in, sexy look, which is exactly how I like my hair to be. Again, with me, I'm not picky with hair products. I will kind of take anything and find a way to use it up. I like this product. I've used it once or twice since I've gotten it. Another lipstick sample size. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Matte in M401. This is an amazing color. It is an amazing red, and I really, really like it. I tried it on once or twice during makeup playtime. It's very, very beautiful. I just have so many reds. I already have a bunch of red lipsticks that I really, really love. I don't particularly like these little tiny deluxe sample sizes of lipsticks, and I know someone who wants some red lipsticks, so I just am gonna pass it along. This is the Bobbi Brown Art Stick Liquid Lip in Uber Red. It's a really interesting and weird thing. It's like a squeezy tube and it comes out liquid, and I think when they say liquid lip, they mean that it is a liquid. They don't mean liquid lipstick. And so it's kind of like goopy and gooey and semi-sheer and pigmented, and it's in like a very brilliant blue-toned red that, again, just isn't my favorite. It's nice, but it doesn't call to me. Again, it's the same as the other red. It's like I'm not going to reach for this over top of all of the reds that I bought with my own money that I love, love, love. This is the Gosh growth serum for longer lashes, the secret of longer lashes. I want to keep trying this. I haven't successfully incorporated it into my skincare routine. I need to put it like front and center on my table and remember to try it every night so that I can actually see if it'll make a difference. I've only remembered to put it on like 3 or 4 times since I've gotten it, which was now months ago. So I have no idea whether it's working or not. I just haven't used it enough, partly because there's so much stuff on my vanity that I forget about it all the time. So I'm definitely going to keep this. I'm going to keep trying it out. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to report back about whether or not it made my lashes grow. This is the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. I think this needs to stay in purgatory. I tried it on once, maybe twice during makeup playtime. I can't tell whether or not it does anything. It's like I couldn't pay close enough attention to it. This is the Pharmacy Honey Potion Antioxidant Mask. It's like a warming honey mask. I love this product, and this will probably be in my empties very soon. This is the Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment Lotion. I love the smell of this. I love how it feels on the skin, and I'm pretty sure that it broke me out because I've been pretty good about incorporating all of these new little bits of skincare one at a time. I incorporated this like a couple weeks ago, last week, a little more than last week, and I just started getting some little bumps, little pimples, and then I stopped using it and they went away. I'm sad about it. It says it's a soothing treatment lotion. I did feel like it was moisturizing my skin, and I really enjoyed the process of using it. I enjoyed the experience. So I'm sad about it, but I don't want to use it anymore. I don't want to try it again because I'm pretty sure that it was what caused that little rash of bumps. This is another styling cream. It's a Living Proof TBD Multitasking Styler. Again, I will probably use this up. It sounds like it's raining. I think it's raining in Los Angeles. That is so rare. But if you hear the little pitter patter of drops on the windowsill, that is because it's raining. I'm kind of into it. It makes me feel cozy. This is a little deluxe sample size of Good Jeans from Sunday Riley. I absolutely love this product, and I will use it. Another lipstick. This is the Urban Decay Vice lipstick. Is that what it is? It's the Urban Decay Comfort Matte. I don't know enough about Urban Decay to know whether it's a Vice lipstick or not, but it's a comfort matte, and it's in the shade Bad Blood. This is stunning. Again, it's like the color is stunning. And I put it on my lips again during makeup playtime, and I just was like, it looks so good. It's so pretty. It's just like a really, really rich, gorgeous red. And for that reason, I would rather give it to my cousin because, again, I have so many beautiful reds. I'm overwhelmed with reds. I did that 5 days of red lipstick challenge, and at the end I was like, I could just keep going. I have so many reds. I'm never going to use them all up. Ooh, this one's interesting because I thought I really, really wanted to keep it. It's a Burberry Kisses Hydrating Lip Color in Russet, and it is a very beautiful kind of russet, rusty, sheer, reddish color. And when I first opened it, I was like, this is a kind of product that I really, really love. And I wore it a couple times, and it's so sheer and slippery that it just wears off right away. And so I stopped reaching for it, and I do like the color. I do like the way that it looks when I put it on. But again, I think that this is something that my cousin could potentially use all the way through and really love and really look good in. But for me, with all the lip products that I have, I wasn't going to keep using this. I wasn't going to get good use out of it. So I learned what I needed to know about this formula, and I am going to pass it along. As much as I like sheer hydrating lip formulas, if they don't have tenacity on my lips, I find that I stop reaching for them. I stop using them. I'm pretty picky about that. Just 2 more things, and they're both lip products. Oh no, this isn't a lip product. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies Illuminati. It is a highlighter. It's a stick balm highlighter, and I don't like highlighting balms that don't dry down, that stay sticky. This looks gorgeous on the skin. Like, it looks unbelievably beautiful. It's like that iridescent, slightly peachy and very wet look. But the reason that it looks wet is that it stays damp. It's like got Vaseline in it. And I want to keep it. I want to use it up because it's Nude Sticks and it's so chic and it's so wet look, but I just know that sticky stuff on my face drives me crazy, and I don't want to put it into my permanent collection. Okay, one more. This is the Marc Jacobs Le Marc Lip Cream in the color Boy Gorgeous. And I actually really love this formula. I had another deluxe sample size of it in a richer red color that I really did like, and I wore for a number of photo shoots, but I ended up decluttering it because it was so little and hard to use, and I don't like using these little guys. I also don't love this more berry toned red. It's that one right there. I know it's a little bit hard to tell, but it's a really, really pretty, slightly berry toned red, and it's just not my lipstick vibes. I own almost no lip colors in this color because they just don't wear them. So I'm very happy to pass this along to my cousin, and I actually think she'll love it, and it's such a luxurious formula. That's it. That's it. That's everything. So I'm going to put the things back that are staying in purgatory. There's just a few of them. These guys are staying in purgatory. Purgatory's got some pencil shavings in it. So this box is going to go, I think, under my vanity, just right there in the corner, and I'm going to keep testing these things out. I kept more things than I decided to pass along. They're beautiful things, and I think that I will really get some good use out of them. And then, of course, they'll all have to go through the ringer again when I do declutters. So I'm going to try not to let my collection get totally out of hand, and I'll continue to cull and continue to reconsider and continue to pass things along if I'm not using them as much as I thought that I would. But I feel really good about preemptively deciding not to let these things into my permanent collection. I feel like I will be able to find really good homes for them, and I'm excited to pass them along to new homes. And I feel a lot less overwhelmed now. I feel like with the things that I decided to keep, I will be able to find a place for all of those things. I'll be able to actually put them away and go back to my clear vanity where there's a place for everything and everything in its place, and everything that I have is something that I've actively decided to keep and use and love. And that is it. That is the end of my massive first reckoning video. Hopefully there won't be any others that are this massive, because this is the reckoning with an accumulation of a couple of months worth of gifts. Thank you again to the generous subscribers who send some of these things to me. You all know that you have brought me an immeasurable amount of joy with the things that you gave to me, even the things that I decided not to keep permanently. Just the act of giving them to me, and the fact that I was able to think about them and hold them and try them and then give many reviews of them here, that is incredibly precious, and the sentiment with which they were sent is very well taken and also incredibly precious to me. So thank you so much. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will remember to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.